My name's Clarke from WorkSafe Victoria. I'm the chair of the Health and Safety Professionals Alliance, and I also am the manager of a number of programs and projects within WorkSafe Victoria. And WorkSafe Victoria is the sponsor of this year's OHS Professional as a Researcher stream on day 2 of the Safety in Action Conference. Look, I think research is one of the fundamentals for a OHS professional. If you look at what OHS professionals actually do, whether you're engaged by a large corporation or you're working as a private consultant providing advice to employers, the very things that you do are research based. You need to understand the environment that you're working in, you need to understand what's driving the safety outcomes, whether they're good or bad within a business, and provide that into a report and to advice, and that is research. I think this stream in particular is creating a lot of debate of what is this? Is this the academics taking over? But it certainly isn't. I think that OHS research is what OHS professionals are doing. They may not consider it as research, but they are crunching numbers, they are looking at stats, they are looking at the actual reason why people are getting hurt. And I think that more and more they should be looking at the literature, looking at the actual environment before them, looking at overseas, and tapping into the networks of the experts that are in this country to provide advice regarding certain hazards. Well, look, I think it's an area that's getting a great deal of attention at the moment. I think coming on the very successful inaugural theme last year of the 3-minute theses, and also the 2-day or the 1-day conference of OHS academics coming together, I think the whole subject of OHS research is getting the real attention that it deserves. How we're faring, I think that we can always do better, but I personally, who's been involved in health and safety now for over 10 years, I've never seen it in such a highlighted sense before. I think WorkSafe Victoria's contribution to the new Institute of Safety Research and Recovery has been a big fillip to research, and particularly the appointment of the Chief Executive, Nikki Ellis, and her passion of research. So I think we're on the road to seeing some really, really good stuff coming out of our research at the moment. A lot of people who are watching this may not be aware of the Health and Safety Professionals Alliance. It was put together by WorkSafe Victoria, who decided to engage with the professional bodies and in particular the universities that provide the graduates that go into OHS profession. It's been established since 2007, and in that time we've listened to the professional bodies and the universities on what's needed, and we've participated in a number of key projects. The first one being the Australian Learning and Teaching Council's project on setting a baseline of what the education of OHS in Australia is, both vocationally and tertiary, and on the back of that, WorkSafe Victoria has funded a $400,000 project to implement one of the key recommendations from that, which was to establish an OHS core body of knowledge for the tertiary courses that provide those, the tertiary universities that provide those courses, and importantly, an accreditation process for those universities that can go through, so those courses can be accredited against a core body of knowledge, which provides employers, workers, unions, the knowledge that everyone who's completed those courses have a agreed core body of knowledge that they're working off to form their opinions on what the best way forward for a workplace or a large organisation should take. Look, I think people should take an interest in research, and particularly by attending some of the workshops and activities within this stream, because as I said at the start, it is a growing part of the OHS professionals' development. And also there's a lot of great research that's going on at the moment. I attended last year's 3-minute theses, and I encourage everyone to click through to the papers that were produced last year, and there is some absolutely terrific research going on. So there's a bit of a selfish thing of just going to find out what's going on, but also I think that you'll get motivated to actually put into your own professional practice at the moment the way you're conducting yourself with that research in mind and that definition, and getting a really strong view of what research means to you as the professional. And I know this particular subject area has been a bit difficult for people to get their heads around, and I think people may be defaulting to the academic world, but it's well beyond that.